I meant to ask Milner, and I forgot last night where he was staying in London. Because he owns a place, but he said he's renting it out.
Yeah, you can't stay there. Yeah.
Unless he kept a room
his
for
parents
himself
live
when
there,
he comes
though.
back.
His parents.
Yeah, I just didn't think to ask, like, hey, where are you right now? Like, whose house are you at right now? But
yeah, it's your folks' house in your old bedroom.
Yeah, are you being too loud? Do you need to get quiet down because people are sleeping, or
right?
How's that work?
Oh, by the way, people, what's happening? It's Randolph Terrence.
I'm Andy Klein.
Welcome to the Three Guys On podcast. We were 3 strong last night. We're 2 strong tonight. We had
Another
Bogota
thing
Bay. Yeah.
About last night, I realized after we recorded that we never really introduced Chris. And we got a lot of listeners that probably don't know who the hell that is.
I think we just kind of assumed that everybody knows him.
That's what we did. We assumed.
Plus, it was so that the description of everything was immediately like reeled in. It was like, what? Wait a minute, you're where?
Right.
Doing what?
So Chris Milner was a comic in the DC area for years. Yeah. He was on the podcast a bunch back in the day. He left the U.S., got deported in late 2017. Yeah. He's been on a couple times since then on Zoom. But if you weren't around back then, you don't know who that was. So he's English Bay. If you are one of our non-paying listeners,
our beautiful, non-paying,
we love
listeners,
you guys.
The lovely, lovely, non-paying public.
If you all want to know what's going on with Chris Milner, you can listen to yesterday's episode. It actually went up today, but last night's episode called Chicken and Beer.
We will just say his name is now Bogota Bay. That's his name now. It's no longer English Bay.
He's a kingpin, sort of.
It's Bogota Bay.
And if you are a non-paying listener, you can go over to our Patreon. It's 3 Guys On, patreon.com/3 Guys On, the word 3. And if you don't want to sign up for the whole shebang, you can just buy individual episodes.
That's right.
So you can listen to just that one episode if you want and not have to worry about your card renewing or whatever. But we were on with Chris for a while, Chris Milner, who might come back on Saturday. It seems like that might happen, but he hasn't been on much at all in the past, 9 years.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
A couple of times.
Couple
times here, a couple times there. The time difference is a big thing. Now he's in our time zone.
He's 1 hour off of our time zone.
Yeah.
But because someone left a comment, I'll go ahead because we don't normally do comments on Thursday, but someone left a comment. Amina left a comment. 2 things. One, she said, I'm verifying the comment by the person that you can comb your dreads out. You absolutely can. It takes a long ass time.
I'm actually going to talk about that. Yeah. I'm going to talk about it.
Takes a long ass time, but it can be done. We were talking about Jay-Z. And then she said, the British guy, was that the one that's married to a black woman?
Yes.
Does he have a brother or a cousin asking for a friend? And that was a chaotic beginning. Loved it. He's divorced.
He was married. Was is the operative word there.
So, yes, that's him. That's Chris Milner, English Bay.
Yeah, and she was beautiful.
Yeah, because when he moved back, she moved over there.
Yeah, she moved
obviously, and then
got a good science job because she's a scientist. Got a science job.
Yeah, and then they split.
Beautiful girl with a beautiful afro, and
so he's just walking the earth now.
Yeah.
And he is, I don't know how available he is. He's got a whole thing going on over there. So, yeah, that's the same guy. That's English
also
Bay.
Got that Chinese mafia hair style now.
I mean, you got to look the other way on certain things.
He didn't have it then. But he looks relatively the same. He looks exactly the same.
He didn't go full Seagal just yet, but he might eventually go full Seagal.
Yeah. Let me put it to you this way, though. You start fucking with Chris, there is a good chance in a few years you're going to end up living in a hut on a beach somewhere.
And loving it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the direction he's going.
Yeah.
I feel like
just living off the land.
Yeah.
Walking the earth. I mean, he's always been a guy who traveled a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
It's just he just so happened to land in D.C. and stay for like 10 years or 8 years, whatever it was. But he's a wanderer, bit of a wanderer.
Yeah, got the wanderlust in him.
And the ladies,
when you grow up in Europe, you wander because everything's right there for you.
Right. Yeah, everything is like, I don't think people quite understand the difference in size between the U.S.
They don't get it.
And Europe.
You know what people don't get?
U.S. people don't travel. Like, our country's enormous.
Yeah. Quite a bit bigger than yours. You know, another size thing that people don't get? People don't, and this is purposeful, people don't understand how big Africa is. Because on the maps, when they were doing the maps, they made it small purposely to make them like, you don't understand the square footage of the square miles of Africa. It's crazy.
There's a term for that map distortion. Because you're taking a round thing and you're making it flat. So countries are going to have distorted sizes. The Mercator projection, that's what it is. So in the Mercator projection maps, the way it's kind of stretched.
Your mama's coming in hot about Chris's ponytail and
I mean, you can talk him out of it.
Yeah,
your mama. You can
probably talked out of it.
So the Mercator projection is the map that we all kind of are used to, the flat map, and it makes Africa look smaller than it is relative to other countries. There's another projection that makes Africa bigger, but it also makes a lot of other places smaller than they are. Like, you're not going to ever get it perfectly unless you have an actual globe. But it's called the Mercator projection, where if you look at it, you're like, oh, Africa is about the same size as North America or whatever. You just kind of line them up. It's not at all. It's way bigger. I want to travel. I want to see
Africa square miles. Africa by square mileage is 11.75 million square miles. The second largest continent in the world. It makes up 20% of Earth's total landmass.
But if you look on the map, it's not much bigger than South America, but in square mileage, I bet it's way bigger than South America. Like, if you were just kind of side by side those two areas. But
I think the largest continent in the world is one of the Antarcticas, I believe.
It's Antarctica, yeah.
Yeah, it's one. I know it's one of them. No, it's Asia. Asia's the largest continent in the world, which is clocking in at 17.2 million miles.
That's fucking big.
Yeah. Regional breakdown goes East Asia, South Asia. Well, you know why? Because
Middle East, all that is part of it.
They're counting all the Asias.
Right.
India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines. So all the islands and everything.
Right.
You know, North Asia, including Russia, the Siberia region of Russia. Central Asia, which is 3 stands, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan. And then Western Asia, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Iran. So they're counting all of that.
Isn't part of Turkey in Europe, though?
I don't know.
I think a little sliver of Turkey is technically part of Europe.
But
I don't know where the line is, but
here is a map of Africa. I don't know if you can see this. But see right there, see that this color right here?
Right.
That's the United States.
Right.
Inside of Africa. Below that, the red is China. And then next to that over here is India. And then this little blue sliver, that's Eastern Europe. Yeah, and then you got France and Spain and Germany at the top.
All that put together is Africa.
Also Italy.
Right.
And Switzerland. And the Netherlands, which are some little bitches at the way at the top.
You're not going to notice. Somebody take those out, you wouldn't even notice.
Also, there's Madagascar over on the little island, the island off the coast of Africa, Madagascar. That counts too. I was just listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson was on Club Shay Shay today, and they were talking about how people stop tracing. Like if you ask somebody, hey, where are you from? I'm Swedish. I'm Swedish. You're Swedish? Where were you born? Brooklyn. What? Where were your parents born? They were also born in Brooklyn. Oh yeah? And you're Swedish. Yeah, they're both Swedish. Everybody's Swedish. And they're born in Brooklyn. Okay. Where were their grandparents born? Minnesota. Oh, okay. And then where were their people born from? Sweden. Okay. You said, and then people just stop there. Like they stop when they get to the country of origin they want to stop at. His point was, now go further.
But how do you might not even know further. Like how many generations back are you aware of? You know?
Well, his point is everything flows from Africa.
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, that's true, but you got to go. You're not going to have records of all of your.
But people cut it off. First of all, just people calling themselves. People do this all the time. I'm Italian. Were you born in Italy? No, I was born in Queens.
But if it's not just a nationality but also a culture, then you're culturally Italian.
And that was his point.
Yeah,
he said that.
Yeah, me and Neil deGrasse Tyson, we're the same.
Yeah,
we think the same.
That all life flows from Africa because it was the most fertile.
But then that question, that's a meaningless question.
It also has the most ethnic diversity of any continent on the planet.
Because then you can't ask anyone where they're from because it's the same answer for everyone.
Yeah, that would kind of be his point. That would kind of be his point.
But then that's no fun. You can't talk about different cultures.
Can't talk shit about people. Oh, okay. We're all from the same place.
No, not talk shit. You just can't.
We're all from the same place, but it's just through different genetic reasonings. You know, like generally the lack of sunlight. The further away you get from the sunlight, the less melanin you need.
Right.
You know.
The more you're adaptable to shorts in October, for example, or
right, yeah, or
no coat in December,
no coat, flip flops.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Hey, some people are just adapted to cold climates.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. I'm not cold. You guys are cold. I'm not cold. Fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It feels good out
totally
here.
Fine. Well, I'm sorry. I'm Nordic. Okay,
it feels good out here.
That's how it is.
Here's a thing that I just found out today. I forgot, and I said, I got to talk about this on the pod tonight. I just found this out from that young lady I follow, the sports writer I follow. Did I lose it? No, I didn't.
By the way, that TV behind you might get YouTube to
well, all right,
interrupt.
give me a second.
It might. I've heard of that happening. We've never had that happen, but I've heard of that happening. YouTube's bot will say you're broadcasting without the express written consent.
Just as I walk over there, Caitlin Clark's yelling at a referee. just as I walk over there.
Yeah, well, you know, she's culturally a yeller. That's what she is.
Screaming at a referee.
She yells at people. Got to work the refs.
Culturally?
Got to work them.
Trying to get to this. There it is. Today, January 4th, is the anniversary of the Cleveland Summit, also known as the Muhammad Ali Summit, June 4th. Excuse me. Also known as the Muhammad Ali Summit. It was a meeting on Sunday, June 4th, 1967, among 12 leading African-American men, 11 athletes, and 1 politician on the east side of Cleveland, Ohio, which football star Jim Brown organized in response to Muhammad Ali's refusal a month earlier to enter the draft for the Vietnam War.
Just real quick for Occupy Rap in the chat.
Caitlin Clark is white.
Okay. We've established that.
Caitlin Clark is white.
Yes.
Culturally.
And physically.
Right.
One more time, Andy.
Caitlin Clark is white.
And you know what's right next to that on the number pad, on the sample pad?
Give me the white girl.
Back to back.
Give me the white girl.
Caitlin Clark is white.
Got a whole block of white.
Michael Eric Dyson.
You know, I do, but it's in a different spot.
I have not dated white women.
Not that's a problem.
Not that that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Graham Platner is going to have to crib that speech. It's going to be Graham Platner in about 2 days.
I ain't trying to holler at her. I ain't trying to be with her. I have not dated white women. Not that that's a problem.
I have not dated Republican operatives. Not that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Not a problem. Graham, your voice has changed.
You're a Nazi.
Oh, you're back.
There you go. It's back, baby. So Jim Brown put this summit together in response to Muhammad Ali's. Basically, they went over there to try to talk him out of not entering the draft.
Talk him and then into going to Vietnam.
Yeah, to going into the draft. Just go ahead and take the draft. All you're going to do is just do some boxing exhibitions. You'll get your license back. Everything will be fine. It was in Euclid Avenue in an office. So the participants were Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali, Walter Beach, Jim Brown, Willie Davis, Curtis McClinton, Bobby Mitchell, Bill Russell, Jim Shorter, Carl Stokes, Sidney Williams, John Wooten. By the way, all the athletes are Titans. Okay. They're all Titans, all the athletes, which is pretty much all of them. So they went in skeptical of Ali's position against performing, but 3 hours later, they all got right behind him and were like, yep, we agree with what he's doing. We're not going to let him be punked out. Most of them had military. Most of them had actually served in the military.
Were they all to a man in favor of him going? Or were they just trying to, or some of them might have been on the fence, right? Like, let's hear him out.
They were all, they all wanted him to go. Like most of them, Brown, McClinton, Mitchell, Shorter, Stokes, Williams, and Wooten had all either been in the military or had already gone on goodwill missions, had already gone to go visit troops in Vietnam and shit like that.
And Muhammad Ali.
It wasn't discussed as a group before. This is the writing. Somebody had written about it. It wasn't discussed as a group before the meeting. Many of the men planned to convince Ali to accept his call to the military. This is how the press reported the summit at the time. An unsuccessful attempt to convince Ali to perform his military service. The headlines afterwards were athletes failed to talk Ali into the army. Or athletes failed to sway Clay, depending on who was writing the article.
That one rhymes though. Sway Clay.
Yeah, Sway Clay. Yeah, that's what some
How Clay.
thinking
of. That's what they were saying in the meeting.
Yeah. Also, the Nation of Islam apparently had a financial stake in his planned comeback. For him to not fight, they'd get a little bit of money.
Oh, okay. All right. So agendas were colliding.
Right. And
I mean,
Ali
I guess
Ali
like
stood firm, man.
I guess like because like in World War II, those like baseball players went over and fought, like they flew bombing missions and shit. But by the time Elvis joined the army, but he was just quite a few of them did, and Elvis was just signing autographs the whole time. I think he wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't in a war.
Well,
there was no war.
Not in a war, but he was
Korea.
He was on like military bases. That's where he met. He met that little 14-year-old girl, Priscilla.
Yeah, but he was in the army from 1968 to 1958 to 60. So there's no war.
Yeah.
Not wartime.
Yeah, it was just 2 years. He just did 2 years of service.
Yeah.
So he went. I think he went to Germany. It was just on base.
Yeah, he did. He was stationed in Germany. He got to be sergeant. Yeah. He earned the rank of sergeant. And
which is not bad in 2 years.
Anyway, so I guess there was maybe Muhammad Ali. They were kind of seeing it as more of one of those, not like a Ted Williams in baseball where he lost like years of his career to go fly fighter jets.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali would have been more like a photo op.
They were thinking like Joe Louis. Like Joe Louis did a lot of exhibitions during World War II and stuff like that. He didn't fight. But he was in. He did a lot of exhibitions and stuff and everything. And Ali was like, "I am not going." Period.
Yeah, he was like,
"No Viet Cong has ever done anything to me that nobody white has never done."
They were like, "How about we don't put you actually on the front lines and you just take pictures and shake hands?" Right. He's like, "Yeah, still no,
He's like, "Nah, not going, not going." So he lost 3 years of his prime.
Right.
They refused to let him fight for 3 years. And by the way, you were allowed to be a conscientious objector to the war. I believe that's how the draft worked. that you could be a conscientious objector.
There were ways that people. So couldn't you say like I'm a pacifist? I don't even know all the details.
You could say you had bone spurs on your feet.
Well, you'd have to have a real doctor.
Yeah,
sign
real
off
doctor. Sign off that you have bone spurs on your feet, Dr. Vinny Boom Butts, and then later on in life, you could end up becoming president.
And then you have real doctors saying you're the pillar of health. He's never had a real.
You're not falling asleep.
He's never had a real diagnosis. Even when he was like 19 years old, he had fake doctors making shit up about him.
Yeah.
He's never had a real doctor give him any real information.
You saw that video I sent you, right?
I didn't see. I bookmarked. I didn't see the one you sent. But it's probably the same one. He's wearing a yellow tie.
Oh my God! It's fucking bad. It's fucking bad.
He's gonna fall over in that chair. One of these days, he's gonna just tip over.
It's fucking bad. It's the kind of falling asleep when you're in the house and one of your older, either your uncle or your father or your grandfather falls asleep. It's the sleep where you become quiet because you don't want him to wake up. You don't want to disturb him. It's that kind of sleep.
Right. And then later you hear a thud.
Yeah.
Because they just fall out of the chair. Like that's the only thing missing from these videos.
You learn to stay close so you can put the hand on the chest and kind of pull them back to the chair if they start to lean out.
They fall out, they thud, the cat goes scurrying away.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that sound?
It's fucking
all right, here's
bad,
the video. This is the video I bookmarked. It's only 7 seconds long.
Look at that shit that he is about to go down.
He's tipping over.
Of a job, an economy, a community, a family.
Watch that guy on the end. Look at that dude over there on the left. That dude's worried.
This guy.
That dude right there.
Because he's going to be the one that has to catch him.
Yep.
He's the only one in position to catch him.
Of a job, an economy, a community, a family.
These guys aren't even looking at him. Yeah. Like he could fall out.
Look at the eye. Look how he opened up his eyes. He's doing that sleep thing where you open up your eyes and you fall back asleep.
Yeah. He doesn't know where he is.
For too long.
Yeah, there's probably a longer version of this video, but that's the gist of it.
This shit is embarrassing. Jesus Christ.
He's a pillar of health. He's the healthiest president probably of all time. Like that's what the doctors
probably. We're not quite sure,
doctors.
But we think it's all time.
This is actual doctors saying this. This is not some bullshit. These are people. This is not Cheyenne Bryant. This is a real doctor saying this.
No, this is a real doctor.
Yeah, I think all the clips I've seen are that short, like 7-second clip. I want to see the longer one. Someone probably has it out there to see if he's like swaying back and forth or.
So Ted Lieu was talking to Marco Rubio yesterday. He was grilling him. He was like, the president falls asleep, right? And Marco Rubio was like, he never falls asleep. This guy works harder. He's up. He's always calling me in the middle of the night. He's up. He works hard. He never sleeps. He goes, you just lied under oath. You just lied.
That's a falsehood. I've never seen him fall asleep. What are you talking about?
It's like, you just lied under oath. Here, watch this video. And then he played the video and fall asleep. He was like, are you saying we're not all seeing him fall asleep right there?
Play the video and he's making that Donald Duck snoring sound. He's blowing the curtains as he exhales by the window. There's a little candle that blows out.
Well, it doesn't blow all the way out.
Right.
When he blows on it, it gets big, and when he sucks in, it gets small.
Yeah.
It gets big, and it gets small.
That's basically where he's at. I mean,
Tom and Jerry
you know what they need to do? They need to put bolsters on the side of his chair like a race car. That kind of hugs you and keeps you straight up. And maybe a 5-point harness.
They need to do stop having either do that or stop having these little things in the middle of the day.
But that's the thing. He can't. I mean, he does tweet like 100 times every night at 3 a.m.
Right.
But you can't have. I guess you could. You're the president. You can schedule it for whenever you want. You can have briefings in the middle of the night. It might not go well because he's going to be rambling, wide awake but rambling. Maybe this is the best. This is the best of a bad situation. They just get him out there, try to make it quick, hope he doesn't fall asleep, and fall out of his chair. Because that's going to happen at some point. He's going to just tumble to the ground. He's already, he has said that in his speeches. Like he sort of has indicated he has a fear of falling. Remember when he was like, "Oh, Obama would just bop up and down the steps. I can't do that. I'm afraid I'll fall."
Yeah, it's like because Obama is an actual athlete, unlike, let's say, your Secretary of War, who runs like he has new legs.
Hardcore. Yeah, but it's like he probably does really think like, "Oh shit, oh shit." Every time he goes down a step, each step is, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit."
We were talking about Pete Hexis in the gym the other day that we kind of all agree that we've never seen anybody that unathletic. Any adult.
Right.
Particularly an adult who had done military service. Like, how are you this unathletic? Like,
I mean,
just a simple sidestep, you're that unathletic? How is that possible?
There are people, for sure, who are less athletic, who are unathletic.
Absolutely. But usually when you see those people, you're like, that person unathletic.
But he kind of puts himself out there as a guy who
athletic. Yeah.
Loves to get in that gym and mix it up with the younger guys, you know?
Yeah. Like, how are you this unathletic? How? How?
He's not very coordinated. You know?
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, how?
It's all for show. He's does pull-ups for show.
I mean, if you want to call them pull-ups.
I mean, they're showy. You know, he's grunting. Every time he's grunting. 3, 4.
Yep.
5.
Jesus Christ,
6,
man.
7.
Oh. And then he's got to make some insane face. You know.
Oh yeah, he's got a mug to the camera.
Yeah. And smack somebody with a pathetic looking high five.
He talks like Duke Nukem, but he means it.
Yeah. The high five is like the same hand. You know the high five I'm talking about, where it's the same hand, like the thumb is on the same side of the high five.
Right.
That high five.
The perfectly lined up.
Yeah, which is like, what kind of high five is that? You know, I call that the golf high five.
I bet his inner monologue is just Duke Nukem.
Probably.
He just looks in the mirror like, damn, I'm good. Like all that over the top 80s action movie, like inner monologue. That's what Duke Nukem was parodying if you ever played that game.
The song he hears is that Hearts on Fire. Hearts on from Rocky IV. Hearts on fire. That song he hears. Every time that song's going in his head. That's who's leading us. White mediocrity.
I remember
that is who's leading us.
I'm looking at the Duke Nukem quotes because that was the thing about playing that game. It was like a first person shooter, but then the main character was actually a character, and not as opposed to like a nondescript guy. Yeah, this is the shit that Pete Hexis says. Come get some. Let's rock. I bet he says that.
Is there any of them saying it out there?
Oh, I bet there is. Hail to the king, baby. I remember that. There must be video out there of his quotes. Because you'd just be like shooting aliens and he would just go, get some. Which is probably what Pete Hexis hears. Oh, yeah, there's videos of all his one-liners. They're like several minutes long.
Of course.
Because there's a lot of them. Okay, yeah. This is the Duke Nukem I remember. I used to play the game all the time.
I think there's a fly in here.
I had a first-person shooter phase back in those days. All right, this is some Duke Nukem quotes. Or Pete Hexis. This is what he says. This is how he sounds.
I'm Duke Nukem, and I'm coming to get the rest of you alien bastards.
Right,
that's exactly what he says.
The 80s music soundtrack.
Yep.
Get and die.
Eat shit and die.
Take it, baby. Nobody steals our chicks and lives. Who wants some? Now you see me? Now you're dead.
Pete Hexis has that thought running through his head.
Absolutely.
Anytime a senator questions him, he's like, "You're going to question me? Now you see me, now you're dead.
Your face, your ass, what's the difference?"
That's the voice of anybody who drives a Cybertruck.
That might be in Pam Bondi's roast book. That one.
I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah, all right, that was all right.
Dance for me, baby. Babelicious.
Oh, yeah, because Duke Nukem would go into strip clubs.
Oh, okay.
And you could press the little button to make him talk, and he would say shit like that. It was a great game.
I ain't afraid of no queen. Death before disco. I've got balls of steel. What are you waiting for? Christmas?
I'm the Secretary of War.
Yep.
Bitchin'. Suck it down.
I'm here to do pull-up.
He's definitely said that one in his head once or twice.
Suck it down.
Suck it down.
Damn, I'm looking good.
Oh, yeah, I remember that
He
one.
says that one all the time.
You could go into a bathroom in that game, and you would see yourself in the mirror.
Every time Hegseth leaves his office, he says that one to himself, and he looks in the mirror on his way out.
I'm looking good.
There's only two ways this can end, and in both of them, you die.
You die.
I hate to kick my own ass, but it's gotta be done. I'm gonna get medieval on your asses. Let God sort them out.
Oh, that's
a Pete Hegseth, yes.
He definitely has that one.
He was saying that about the Venezuelans he's killing.
All dead.
All right. All dead.
Yeah.
Movie.
This runs on a loop.
Classic.
This runs on a loop in his office.
He is Duke Nukem in his mind. That's who he thinks he is. Yeah. He's this 80s action hero. He doesn't understand it's a parody. He doesn't get that.
Yeah.
It's he doesn't get that they're making fun of guys like that.
Understand when they watch parody movies, they don't get it anyway. Like what's the space movie with the bugs?
Starship Troopers?
Starship Troopers. It's a
parody. I almost said Super Troopers.
Yeah, Starship Troopers. Super Troopers is a parody too, but Starship Troopers is a parody. And Paul Verhoeven's like, y'all don't get it? You didn't understand that it was a parody. You didn't understand it? Everybody's dressed like Nazis. You don't get it? You don't.
I'm here to kill space bugs.
You don't get it.
This means war. Secretary of War.
Your mama wants to know, is Babelicious the episode title? Babelicious.
Babelicious. You know what? It might be. It might be Babelicious. It's the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Babelicious.
Babelicious.
Jesus. We don't know TPS about bumps of cocaine. We don't know about that. We're not sure.
No, we don't really know.
We do know alcohol, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we know
sources close say.
Sources say. Allegedly.
I'm trying to figure out how to spell Babelicious. Is it E and then A, or is it B-A-B-A, or is it B-A-B-E-L-I-C-O-U-S?
B-A-B-A. B-A-B-A-L-I-C-I-O-U-S.
Okay.
Babelicious.
Babelicious. Babelicious.
Yeah.
Or is it Babelicious with the E because it's like delicious? You're cutting off delicious.
Could be. That E could be part of it.
I'm going to have to see what the internet thinks.
I think with that E, you know what I would do? I'd put a hyphen between the E and that, in between babe and alicious.
Google says B-A-B-E-L-I-C-I-O-U-S.
No A?
No A, because it's babe. It's babe.
That's babelicious.
And then licious.
But that's just babe. That's not babe-alicious. That's babelicious.
Right. I mean, Merriam-Webster says B-A-B-E-L. They all say that. You know what? It's not a real word.
That's not babelicious. That's babelicious.
Babelicious.
You're not getting it.
Yeah.
Babelicious. They just took two words and stuck them together like warfighter.
Hyphen A-L-I-C-I-O-U-S.
Yeah, the hyphen makes it a little, I don't know.
Babelicious.
It's not aesthetic.
There is a fly buzzing around in this house that has fallen in love with me, and I can't kill this motherfucker.
Call yourself a fly. Well, it's time to die.
Time to die.
Time to die, fly.
Yeah, you asked me yesterday about we had kind of started talking. We started talking. We got the call from Bogota Bay.
Bogota Bay.
Bogota Bay. And you asked me yesterday about if Kevin Hart saying that he wouldn't. If I asked Kevin Hart, why do you have a white nationalist on stage? He would say he's not a white nationalist. What do I then in turn say to that?
Most likely.
That is probably what he would say.
That's your opinion of him. That doesn't mean he is just because you call him that.
Exactly. And the thing is that's a trick bag. That's a trick bag response that a lot of people use. Because because they know that in the trick bag you can't respond to it. It's a trick.
Well, also, I mean, it's from his point of view, it's rejecting someone else's framing because you're letting someone else frame it in a way that you.
What you need me to do is reject everything I've seen that this person do. That's what you need me to do, and you need me to agree with your framing of this person that you've seen. We watch the same things, but I have to agree with your framing of it. Well, I have to at least allow for your framing of it. You can discount my framing, but I have to allow for your framing. If I say, you talking about the guy that spoke at that white nationalist convention that we saw in Manhattan, you talking about that, where they just stood up and just everybody talked about brown people, black people. You talking about the guy who supports people that says Haitians are eating dogs and cats. You talking about that guy. You talking about the guy he supports the man who is actively impeding black growth right now. You're talking about that guy, right?
Well, he doesn't support everything about him.
And I'm supposed to, but then I have to then your answer to that would then have to be, wait, he's not doing those things. It's either he's not doing those things or he's doing those things, or he doesn't really support those things. Well, why did he go? Why is he actively doing these things if he doesn't support these things?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he would say. He might cop to it. He might say, yeah, that's who he is, but he's also a big name in comedy, and he's a great roaster. I mean, it's a hypothetical debate, of course. It's putting words in his mouth on what he would say.
Yeah, because no one's asked him that.
Whatever he says, I don't think you would accept it unless he says, yeah, I fucked up and I put a white nationalist on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows no one's going to accept what he says unless he says that. And he's not going to say that.
No, he's not going to say that. The point of that is that him not saying it, it's a trick bag. Because it's a trick bag that a lot of people use, particularly when it comes to something like that. When it comes to racism is, man, that person's racist. No, he's not.
You don't know him like I do. And
then you're stuck. Then you have to say, I think it was Toni Morrison who said one of the big things of racism is your mind trying to say, hey man, that shit is racist. I'm going to find that quote. And I believe that that's precisely, well, it's not even I believe, we believe that that's what he would do, because that's what people do in situations like that.
Right. I mean, if he truly believed that this was a white nationalist, then he wouldn't have him on his stage. So it's either he believes it and is cool with it, or he just doesn't believe it. And I think for a lot of people, it's like, no, it's just comedy. It was a gig. It was jokes. That's how he jokes. I mean, he even said that. He was like, oh, man, that's Tony. Like, that's just the way he is. So you just kind of think that that's just the corner of comedy that he occupies. Okay. It's not a value judgment about him as a person. I was booking the comedian, for the roast, not the worldview, the fucked up worldview. I was booking the jokes. For me, that's a trick bag. This is the way this Tony says. This is Toni Morrison.
I knew it. It's a very long quote. That's why I couldn't get off the top of my head. The very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. Somebody says you have no language and you spend 20 years proving that you do. Somebody says your head isn't shaped properly, so you have scientists working on the fact that it is. Somebody says you have no art, so you dredge that up. Somebody says you have no kingdoms, so you dredge that up. None of this is necessary. There will always be one more thing. Somebody says this thing and that person's racist. No, he's not. So then I have to dig and find the examples of the racism. And it doesn't matter how many examples I find or how many examples I point out. Obvious examples, just obvious examples that you point out. No, he's not.
Well, yeah.
You got to find another one. You got to find another one. You got to find another one.
No, there's never, none of them are going to land. That's the thing. You can say that with Trump too. People will say, oh, name one, name three songs. And you're like, okay, birtherism. But that was too long ago. Oh, well, shit, I was going to bring up the rental thing. That was way longer.
That was too long
ago. So that's
ago.
Disqualified. All these things are like, oh, that's not what he meant. Or that's not how that's just your interpretation of it.
Right.
Or he has black friends. He appointed a black guy to
black people liked him. They used to put him in videos.
Yeah, he's appointed black people to high positions in his cabinet once or twice. He's got some positive interaction. Herschel Walker, he endorsed him. Like shit like that. So even when it's anything short of like he literally put a cross in someone's front lawn and lit the match. And even that, it would be like, he was having a bad day. It was just, you got to have some empathy for him. He was having a rough day. And, oh, you know what? Liberals forced him to do that. Or, whatever it is. So it's just the way it is. The conversation of, like, we're supposed to have a baseline where there's like a foundation of truth that we all believe. And then we can have conversations, but with that as the foundation of, well, this is a true thing. So based on that, and if people just reject that, which is so much of the internet discourse, they just reject the truth altogether, then it's not even worth it. It's not worth having that. Yeah. And I'm not saying Kevin Hart is rejecting the truth because he's been even misled or anything. I don't know what is going through his mind, but it might just be, it's good for business. Like people do.
That right there,
he might know. He might know the truth, but he might, but it's
that to me is all it is. Is like, this is good for the business of Kevin Hart. That whether the reason why you say it is your fault. You keep saying this was your thing, your production. You keep saying that. Then all of it rests with you. All of it. So this guy does these jokes. And then a couple of days later, the Minnesota GOP decides they're going to have a moment of silence for Derek fucking Chauvin.
Right. For being wrongly convicted by a jury of his
Derek
peers.
Fucking Chauvin. That's where we're at. The minute they can get him out of jail, they're gonna. They're gonna. But that's what they do with people like this. I'm amazed they haven't built a statue to him yet. They're naming streets after Charlie Kirk. You can't tell people Charlie Kirk's pretty fucking racist. No, he's not. What do you mean he's not? This is what he said. He wasn't talking about black people, just talking about them. Like, no, he's talking about all black people. They're the proxy that he's using to talk about them. No, he was just talking about these 3 black people. No, he's talking about all of them. He's just going by proxy through these people. So no, that's not what happened.
The moment of silence thing was this. I'm looking up the story. I didn't bookmark it actually. And
it's in Minnesota. The Minnesota GOP.
Right. There was a convention or something. Let me see. Minnesota GOP delegates had some kind of event.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. So it was the state where it happened. Okay, Kendall Qualls, fresh off the endorsement of Republican state delegate this weekend, was forced to brush off questions Monday about one of the first events at the convention Saturday, a moment of silence for Derek Chauvin in the convicted murderer of George Floyd. This is one of those, like, I didn't see it. It's like Mike Johnson does. In an interview with Chad Hartman of WCCO, Qualls deflected a question about whether he would have okayed a moment of silence. I don't know. That was probably not the venue to do that or the timing to do that. suggesting there's a good time in place. Qualls added, I do have my own concerns about the trial itself and the condition of Derek Chauvin, how he was treated. Now, he was convicted by a jury of his peers, right?
Right.
So what's the shenanigans with the trial? I have questions about that. He's been mistreated. It's like how Trump talks. He's been treated very badly. It's like how he talks about the January 6 people who were locked up. Treated very badly. He talks about the election. I have questions about the election. I have concerns about the way the votes were counted. It's the same kind of angle they're taking.
The same thing that's happening with this Rick Chow cat now.
What's happening
this time? Asian people are rallying to his defense.
Oh, I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah.
I did see. You know what? Hold on.
I watched the video. Their footage. It's fucking bad.
Of their security cameras?
That kid didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, I saw the video from like inside the store, and then there's a little bit outside the store.
When he's outside, they come running after him. He's like, "What the fuck?" and took off running.
Yeah, and then the camera.
Like, yeah, you're damn right. He took off running. What do you think he's going to do? And then they chased him 130 yards.
Right.
Let me get this straight. You chased him 130 yards for, in your mind, 4 bottles of water that he didn't take. You chased him 130 yards for $5 worth of water? I'm not chasing you 5 feet for some water. Hey, that's your water now.
Well, I mean, people who work retail, they're told not to chase.
Don't leave the store.
Because who knows what's going to happen? You don't know what, just let it go.
They chased him 130 yards. 130 yards. Have any of you ever sprinted 100 yards?
I've seen Ed Reed catch an interception in the back of the end zone and run it back 109 yards for a touchdown. It's pretty far.
Yeah.
That's 20 yards further.
Sprint 100 yards. Go to your local high school. Warm up first. Let me just tell you to do that. Warm up first. And then run 100. Just run 100 yards as fast as you can. Just as fast as you can. Run it. And then when you finish that 100 and you lay down on the ground and you start breathing heavy.
You've been breathing heavy.
Think to yourself that you still have 30 more yards to go. That's how sick that shit is. I don't run hundreds anymore. I run 50s. And I haven't run a 50 since February 2nd.
50-yard dash.
Of this year. You know what you do is you run a 50 and then you jog a 50.
Oh, like an interval?
Yeah. You run the first 50, you jog, and then you just jog through to the other goalpost. And then you stand there and you breathe really heavy. And you turn around and you run it back.
After you take a nap?
Yeah. And as Occupy Rap is saying, they would make motherfuckers do that shit at the end of practice. End of football practice. They chased him 130 yards. 130 yards. For some water? For, in your mind, 4 bottles of water. That's what you chased this boy 130 yards for.
Right.
Do you know how deranged you have to be? Let's just think about the level of derangement you have to be. How deranged of a human being you have to be to do that? What is fueling you to do that? What level of hate do you possess inside of you that would fuel you to just keep running? You figure 20 yards in, Andy, what's your breaking point? How many are? Chat, think about this. Let me know, chat. What's your breaking point yardage-wise? Where you're just like, fuck this. Remember now, we're talking about water bottles. Not they've taken your kid, or they killed the dog, or they've just run off with my wife's cat, or or
And also, he wasn't even
my child down.
He wasn't even running off with like the cash register. You know what I mean?
No.
It's bottles of water. And also, like the other
Which
thing, I mean,
didn't have. That's another thing.
Right.
How did he
But
get
even
these
if they
bottles of water
believe,
in his
like,
bag?
but even if you believe he did, it's not just justifiable to chase him. You know.
Yeah.
And so, even if they're like pretty sure he took the water, the other thing is, and I don't know enough about this trial. I haven't really looked into it, but did he always have the gun on him, or did he like go get the gun when he saw the kid in the store and then start running after him when he?
I don't know. He just came out real quick.
Like, was it in just a holster the whole time, or was he like, oh, that kid looks suspicious. Let me go get my gun just in case he does something.
I don't know. Well, the wife was just literally following the kid around the store.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. I saw that video. Like she's kind of just shadowing him, and I'm just wondering about like, because it's one thing to say, hey, come back here, run after him, but then you got a gun to shoot him with. Did you already have that on your hip? Did you go get it from under the counter?
Yeah.
Behind the counter like that. That's like, I'll read up on it. I guess maybe I probably won't, but the whole thing, like all those things have to happen. You have to think he took the water. You have to think that's valuable enough to chase him. You have to be willing to chase him that far, and you have to have your gun at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to all those things. So was it like, did he walk in? They're like, oh, what the fuck? Hey, slide me that gun.
Yeah, go get the gun.
Or was it like just always in a holster under his waistband? I don't know.
Yeah. Let me hear it, chat. What's your cutoff? What's your yardage cut? First of all, are you even, well, let's say somebody pushed your mom down. Okay, let's just say that. Somebody pushed your mom down. What's your cutoff of chasing that person? And push your mom down, they take off running. What's your cutoff?
I mean, I gotta go size up. I gotta stand on a football field I gotta eyeball it.
It's fucking long. It's not. I know what it is. For me, you push my mama down, you got 50 yards.
50?
If you can get away from me at 50 yards, and I only say 50 because I would regularly run 50s. So if you can get away from me at 50 yards, you got away. I have to buy my mama something. You got 50 yards.
And if they outrun you for the 50 yards, then you're going to slow up.
If you push my wife down, I got to double that. So if you push my wife down, I got to go 100 yards.
Double. That's a lot. It's 100.
It is a lot. But if you push my wife down, I got to go 100 yards.
Trey said no cutoff. You got to stop at some point, right?
Trey is out here.
It's going to be like 3 years later. Trey's like, one day.
He's Forrest Gumping it out here.
One day you're going to turn around and I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Get some.
You push Ava down, I guess 150.
Okay, so it's increments of 50.
The thing of this, well, if you push Ava down, I'm going to have both my mom and Amy in my ear, like, you better go get him, that kind of shit. So
that's motivation too. You're going to go.
Yeah. Hearts on Fire is going to start playing. Hearts on Fire.
What if someone pushes?
I need to have you in sight. You can't just be like, you can't be 50 yards ahead of me when I start. That won't work.
Right. But then that's just for show at that point, because you're not going to catch him.
That won't start.
Yeah. What if someone pushed all of them down at the same time? Do you add one?
I cannot stop. I have to just.
That's 300 yards.
I can't stop. I just got to keep going. I can't stop. There's no stopping.
There's a way. There's a way to justify.
And I don't have to worry about my dad getting pushed down, because he'll shoot you before you try to run away. You're gonna get shot in the back from him.
Even if he goes down, he's gonna still shoot you.
But that's gonna be a justified shooting because you started it.
The way to get out of the run, you take off, you get a good 12, 13 yards, and then you're like,
pull up lame.
I got to go check on my mom.
Pull-up lane.
Hey, are you okay? And then you go back to make sure. No, I got to make sure you're okay. I don't want to run away and you're bleeding out here on the sidewalk. So I wish I could chase that guy, but I can't because I got to check on you. You know? Then you're good. Then you don't have to run 150 yards.
Okay, so let's try it another way. What is what's the difference? What's the I'm not going to chase you distance?
At all? Like, I'm not going to, like, if you know ahead of time.
20 yards? 30 yards?
This is the lead they have on you?
Yeah, 25 yards. You're coming from a standstill. 25. I say that because these motherfuckers, he was in the parking lot already when they came out. And as soon as they came out and yelled at him,
but that's the thing. They're not trying
which was the right thing to do, by the way.
Yeah.
Which was, and he got the booking.
Yeah. And they kept running.
What's the number of that? 30 yards?
I mean,
let's say they push your mama down. We've established they pushed your mom down.
And then they start running.
They don't start running. They do a little skip of the way thing. You know, somebody skipping away talking shit.
Okay.
You see them. What's the number of the mileage? What's the yard marker where you're like, I can still chase this person or I cannot?
0. What I'm going to do is say, yeah, you better run. And I'm not going anywhere.
That's good.
Yeah, you better run. And then I'm just going to stay back. Are you okay? Everything good?
That's
Need help getting up? You know, do that. You can't just leave someone behind who just got pushed down.
Yeah.
Not a monster. So.
I'm thinking, I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. It kind of depends on what the person looks like and that kind of thing. I'm thinking 15 yards, maybe.
15-yard head start?
It's a big head start.
I mean, what are you going to do with it? Yeah,
a yard is 3 feet.
Run. How long are you going to run after the person?
15 yards, that's 75 feet.
130 yards, though, is a long way.
It's a long way, man. A football field is long. Yeah. You don't realize it until you're standing on it in an end zone, looking at the other end zone. It's a long way.
Or if you have seats in one end zone, you're trying to watch a game.
Yeah.
And all the action's down there.
Shit's going on the other end zone.
That's binocular territory.
See, B Black is saying this question is why I can't own a chain. Yeah, because somebody snatched that chain. What's your mileage? What's your distance? Where you're like, that chain is not mine anymore.
You got me.
Yeah. What's your distance? Got to have a distance when you're buying a chain. You're like, look, somebody snatched this chain. I guess you get a 30-yard jump with a chain.
Right.
It's yours now.
Just don't. Yeah, you can't have a chain.
You get a 20-yard jump on me with a chain. That's it. That's yours.
You got any of those 5-yard chains?
Yeah.
I'm on a budget.
Motherfuckers chased him 130 yards. That's insane. That's an insane level of hate.
Yeah.
What that is. That is some hateful motivation to do that. 130 yards? Yes, Occupy Rapper saying, watch the end of a big man touchdown run. They be through. Yeah. Watch the end of that. What's big man from Pittsburgh who had a 100-yard run back? I think he went 110. I think he did it. He caught it in the end zone and ran it out. James Harrison.
And the Super Bowl. Yeah.
100 yards.
At the end of the half. That was against the Cardinals.
Done. He was done.
Right.
And he sprinted the whole way. And that's a big man. And he was done. He didn't even pitch. Usually they pitch. Big guys, they'll pitch. Like, fuck this.
Right.
Pitch it. He's like, no, I'm getting my touchdown.
Did you read the Graham Platner story?
No.
I read the article.
It's the new one from the New York Times?
Yeah. I read the article earlier. There was
what's the gist?
So some of these like right-wing accounts were like saying yesterday and the day before, like, oh shit, something's about to drop about Graham Platner. Just you wait.
So you say it's right wing. Do you think it's coordinated?
I don't think it's coordinated, but I think people caught wind. Sometimes they know an article's coming, and so, but they were trying to like build it up to be this big thing, something's coming that's gonna. Oh, you thought the rest of the stuff was bad.
Shaunton just sent me a text. Bitch ass napping in meetings. Who do you think he was talking about?
Napping in meetings?
Bitch ass napping in meetings again.
Did you watch the video of Trump?
I said, just talked about it.
Yeah.
I just talked about it.
So what they did with Graham Platner was they went and for the last 2 months, the New York Times apparently has been talking to some of his ex-girlfriends.
Okay.
Going back like 10 or more years.
Okay.
To see what kind of guy he is, right. I guess.
Oh, the guy with the Nazi tattoo.
What kind of guy he was.
You're a Nazi.
I'm sorry. These were his ex-girlfriends.
You're a Nazi.
So,
Jesus, Andy.
Gotta get the right one. It's funny because this article quotes that. It quotes, he was on a podcast or a TV show or whatever, and he said, at no point in this entire experience of my life did anybody ever once say, hey, you're a Nazi. That's in the actual article. And I was like,
you're a Nazi.
That's exactly where I got that from.
That's interesting.
Anyway, that was his old quote. Anyway, they talked to like 3 women that he dated going back some years who said that he was not a great boyfriend, kind of toxic in their relationships. One of the women is a conservative, and she has worked for conservative organizations. So, of course, the other side is like, hit piece. It's a hit piece. The other women are not conservatives. They didn't quite say. One of them said that he was physical with her, like kind of physically threatening, but he didn't abuse her, but he like grabbed her by the shoulder and pulled her out of a car. And this is during an era when he was drinking a lot. Mm-hmm. I think there was some allegations of infidelity. Basically, so of course now all the people on the left who are defending him, who are in his corner, are like, oh, so he's had some shitty relationships. That happens. He came back, he had PTSD, drank all the time.
Yeah.
Toxic people find each other and they have these relationships. Sometimes we've all seen it where 2 people bring out the worst qualities in one another and they get in a different relationship and they don't have those qualities anymore. So it kind of reads like that for a while. And then they talked to like 3 women who have dated him more recently. This guy dates a lot. And they were like, he's a good guy in our relationship. So
interesting.
Now, I'm not, whatever, the ins and outs of the relationships.
Yeah.
He drinks a lot. He cheats maybe, or he did 10 years ago.
Then.
That is what it is. Like, and of course he has already said, like, I'm no angel is kind of what he has said about himself.
Okay.
But I'm like, Control F Nazi tattoo. I'm like, what's what? Because one of the women, the conservative one.
Well, do they know what the tattoo is?
I'll get to the. Okay, so the thing about the tattoo.
Hold your heart. Talk to Andy for a second, chat.
Okay, hey chat. What's going on, chat? Hey, unpaying listeners, we love you. So, the tattoo, the widely reported Totenkopf Nazi symbol tattoo. The woman who was a conservative said back even when they dated, like 2015, 10, 15 years ago, she claims that even when... I
can't hold pee anymore. It really makes me mad.
You can't hold it at all. Got to double those Kegels.
Yeah. Well, this has got me to this point.
Right.
I pissed all over myself.
So, Occupy Rap said, Graham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, this woman claimed that he knew about the symbol of the Nazi tattoo back then. Okay.
How does she know?
Because she dated him and he was like, yeah, I got me and my unit.
He told her.
This is what she claims, right?
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting because he said he didn't know.
That's
until 20 minutes before the first interview.
Right. To me, that's where I'm like, okay, like, hold on a second. I'm going to pull up
Is this the conservative woman saying this? Because that could be.
Well, but hold on. There's a little bit of maybe where there's smoke, there's fire on that. So, yeah, that's right, Ash. I'm control Fing for certain terms. Control F, Nazi. Okay, so he had this tattoo scandal, and he said, "Don't judge me by the worst things I said on the internet on my worst day 14 years ago," because they were like old Reddit posts and all that. Right. These latest things are more like he's on these chat apps where he's in a towel with his shirt off talking to women, and his wife found out. Like, there's a lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The three women, though, let me see. Some of the women, this is from the article, also raised questions about his trustworthiness. Mr. Platner's insistence that he did not know that his tattoo was a Nazi symbol until it became a campaign issue last fall was simply not true, says Miss Fifield, Fifield, or Fifield. She's the conservative one. And she has worked for some conservative organizations. She says, after all, she said he had taught her the word for it years earlier, referring to it as, quote, my Totenkopf. Okay. So she's claiming that he knew about the tattoo way back then, of course, which goes against what he said. And I think she said that he got the tattoo, he said, because his military time and they were like badasses and killers and all that kind of stuff. And they sort of resembled the Nazi SS.
Yeah. The SS, yeah.
This is what she says. He kept an AR-15 around. That's random. He had an axe that he used to sharpen. And then he referred to women as axe wounds or something like that. Like a geish, that whole.
Yeah.
This is all just him being kind of a dickhead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, last fall, a few months after announcing his campaign for Senate, Mr. Platner said he had learned from news media inquiries that the tattoo on his chest was widely recognized as a Nazi symbol, and he moved to cover it. Mr. Platner said he hadn't known what the image was, other than a terrifying-looking skull and crossbones on the wall of a tattoo parlor in Split, Croatia, where he and other Marines in his unit had it done in 2007. He denied it was a Nazi thing. Miss Fifield calls that a lie. Mr. Platner, she said, knew when they were dating years ago that this was a Nazi symbol. How many people do you think
call her Fifi?
Fifi. He called it my Totenkopf. I would have never known what that was. She said he joked about it being a Nazi tattoo. Miss Fifi, Ms., said he told her that he and other members of his unit selected the tattoo because, quote, they were like a death unit. They were killers and war fighters, and saw a parallel between their unit and the Nazi Schutzstaffel or SS unit that used the skull and crossbones image. They deliberately selected it because it was relevant to their military unit. Again, this is turning into what he said, she said, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This is the only thing that I find, this is the most sort of, maybe it's because I'm like a logic fact guy.
Yeah.
Timeline guy. So he said, I've lived my entire life like a regular person with skull and crossbones on their chest. He said that on a liberal podcast last year. At no point in the entire experience of my life did anyone ever say, hey,
you're a Nazi.
You're a Nazi. In a private chat group last summer, months before Mr. Platner acknowledged the tattoo himself, months before he acknowledged it,
right?
Ms. Fifi told friends that her ex-boyfriend turned Senate candidate, quote, has a Nazi tattoo on his chest. It's a Totenkopf, she told them on August 20th, according to a screenshot she shared with the Times, an actual one. And then she says, I will personally go campaign for Collins, which she says was a joke. So she has a group chat where in August, she's telling her friends, this guy's got a Nazi tattoo, which predates his timeline of having found out he had a Nazi tattoo.
Well, yeah, but we didn't believe then that he didn't know.
Right. So like, to me, like, how do you explain that? Did she know, but he didn't know all those years? Like, that's the part where I'm like, if she's got a timestamp on talking about it. She claims he told her what it was years ago, and she timestamps this chat from August 20th where she's
but
telling
like I
her
said,
friends.
but we all knew that. There's no possible way he didn't know. Like my logic with that was, so you walk into this tattoo parlor, and you don't know that it's a Nazi style. You just think it's a skull and crossbones. And the guys in your unit don't know it's a skull and crossbones. But you know who did know it was a Nazi? It was a Nazi tattoo? The tattoo artist. He knew.
He didn't speak English.
And I am relatively sure that he said it to you. You know that's a Nazi tattoo, right? I mean, I'm going to do it, but I'm just telling you, you know what that is, right?
Because like his arc.
And then you laughed it off?
His arc is basically, I was kind of a shitty guy. I had maybe even some conservative views. I said some shitty things on Reddit to blow off steam. He has an arc. He says, I came back. I got over my problems. I used to drink too much. I was a bad boyfriend, sure. But now I'm like this. I take psychedelics and I'm a lefty and I'm a this and that. So he has copped to shit in his past.
Right.
Bad behavior.
But the Nazi tattoo, he couldn't cop.
He denied the Nazi tattoo. And then this woman has granted, she's a conservative.
Right.
But she happens to have a conversation timestamped from before the tattoo kind of blew up in his face. So TPS said we don't need supporting documentation. Yeah, but I like the cornering him with that question. He's supposed to be on Chris Hayes' show tonight. I don't know if he was on. By this point, it's over. No. But I'd like to I want to cross-examine the guy a little bit. That's all. All the other stuff, like he ghosted women and he cheated on women and he might have gotten physical. But again, that's her word. That she never reported anything, and she said it wasn't abuse, but she said he got physical. Angry guy sharpening an axe while, I don't know, watching Jeopardy or something, just in his apartment.
Yeah, but he said he was an angry guy. So
right.
That's just confirmation of she's confirming a lot of things that he said.
Right, but you can take that and then make something up, and it'd be like, oh, he said he's angry, So it's not verifiable, but that thing is the timestamp on her conversation. She has old diaries that she let them review where she talks about him being kind of a bad guy.
No, Anissa wants to know, is it wrong for me to care about black issues first and foremost? Nope. Considering that there was another huge blow delivered to the Voting Rights Act just yesterday, no, it's not wrong for that at all. I mean, a huge blow delivered by the Supreme Court yesterday in Alabama. So, and in a case in Alabama. So, no.
Right. It's just, to me, it's like, it's trying to flip the Senate. This has become this really visible race.
Yeah.
And I guess they think it's winnable for him. And if I was living in Maine, I'd vote for Democrat and blue no matter who, because if you do get the Senate, you control the committees. None of Trump's nominees get out of the committees anymore. You have a lot of power. You can keep him out of the committees, and still the control that you have is beneficial.
Pronounce this, but WGH second in the chat is saying he was on Chris Hayes, which we knew, and it didn't go well.
Oh, no. Did Chris ever say,
you're a Nazi?
Knowing Chris Hayes, probably. Except he said in that high-pitched voice of his.
You're not. Yeah, I believe you're Nazi. I hope he did say it. I need one more drop of someone saying you're Nazi. I'm going to collect them all. But, it's just this thing about, it's kind of this litmus test. A lot of people a lot of leftist progressives, whatever, have really got behind this guy, including Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
And, they've looked the other way on a lot of this shit.
The guys who are Pod Save America are already telling people don't worry about any of this.
And, it's fine. Blue no matter who, I would vote for it because I understand the bigger picture. If I was a Mainer, that's how they say it.
Yeah, man, is that how they say it?
But on the other hand, some of these people were saying, Kamala is a cop, just saying some bullshit. They were reframing her whole career. They were hinting that she slept her way to the top.
Well, he's not Blick, Andy.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm sure they don't want us purity testing Graham Platner, and I'm not a big fan of purity tests anyway. But this is kind of what people on the far left do: is purity test anyone who's considered a mainstream Democrat.
To the people they like.
To the point of not voting. That's my point. You might not like these people, but you should still show up just because the bigger picture is.
Nah, man, they got to stick to their principles and their ideals. Nah, man,
can't do anything without power, and so that's the thing. Like,
just
to me, I'm still voting for the guy if I live there, but I'm still like, I mean, he's not. He's going to be he's one of those quiet senators you never hear about. Like there's a bunch of
more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. That's how I'd be like, yeah, get another D in the Senate.
But don't forget that, the people of Maine have sent Susan Collins to the Senate like 87 years in a row.
Right.
Okay. Don't forget that. And it's supposed to be a progressive state, but they keep sending this bitch back and she's terrible. So
the thing is, like, okay, so Maine is like I don't know. I really don't know much about the politics of Maine. And he's like he seems to have a lot of support there, and maybe he's better than Janet Mills, the Democrat that he's way ahead of, But it's like, can't we all just kind of understand that flaws and all? You gotta vote for these guys. And I feel like, to me, my issue is less with him than it is with
his
supporters who didn't give the same
vote if it was
right. Didn't give the same slack to So that's because the people in the kind of the centrists and the liberals have demonstrated that they're going to vote blue no matter who.
Yeah,
and the people on the far left have mocked that idea, and now they want you to do that. They want you to. Oh, I thought you guys were all about just voting for whatever Democrats. Like, yeah, but.
So I think
we don't know what else is coming out of this guy. Like the Republicans might have.
Say here. Oh, they got more. I think what you're trying to say here, Andy, is that far left Democrats ain't shit either.
I mean, it just it's like I've said before. Just get in formation. Power is the goal. You can say that out loud. You can say it out. You can say like, yeah, like we're here we want him to win because it just gives us power. The other side does it. Everyone understands the benefit of that, or should. Also, though, that's the thing about defending a guy like this. There might be 10 more of these articles between now and November. There might be an October surprise where some video comes out of him, saying something crazy or whatever that someone's just sitting on. So I wouldn't, if I'm on the far left, I would if I'm Pod Save America guy or whatever, I'd be like, let's just not talk about this guy for a while because it's going to blow up in our face. Maybe he might have another scandal and another scandal, and there might be some dick pics out there. There might be a dick pic where you can see the tattoo in the picture, so it proves it's him. Here's my skull and cross boner, ha ha ha, LOL, and then he sends that. So, whatever. It's just like, I don't know. It's the whole idea of like, hey, hands off Graham Platner.
That's the bigger fear for me is somebody in the chat has just said, is that supposed to be Azrael? He better not turn into the next Zariel. He better not turn into the next Tulsi Gabbard or John Fetterman. That to me is the bigger concern.
Not a great track record over there.
Yeah, that's the bigger concern. Don't forget the other one from Arizona. That broad.
Kyrsten Sinema.
Yeah. Don't forget that one.
The reason this guy's getting so much press is because people think it's winnable. The same reason people are paying so much attention to Tallarico, because they think it's actually a flippable seat. If it was one of those foregone conclusions, you wouldn't really hear about the main race, or people wouldn't throw millions into it to try to get this guy
I don't know
elected.
Why it's a foregone conclusion when they've sent Susan Collins, Susan fucking Collins, where they've sent her to the fucking Senate 175 years in a row. I don't know why people just think, we can take it. I'm like, what makes you think that?
They've got some polling, and I think they had similar polling in 2020, and they threw a ton of money at that race to beat Susan Collins. And
what was the result of that again? I'm sorry, this slips my mind.
I think she won pretty handily.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But, every election.
Polling said, and she won.
Every election cycle, there's a couple like high profile Senate races because it's like, oh, this one's actually competitive. This one might flip.
Yeah.
The one JD Vance won could have gone the other way. It was close. So and then all the money gets poured into that race, and there's commercials all over the place for that. This is turning into that. So he's got this big spotlight on him, and he might not really be cut out for that kind of spotlight. Who knows? It's just the way, like when the Nazi tattoo came out, everybody was like, he didn't know. You can't judge him. And now it's like,
the moment
maybe he did know.
Jump off. That was the moment to jump off.
Yeah.
A Nazi tattoo, jump right off. That's the moment to jump off.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you got a Nazi tattoo.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? You got to get off there. You got to get off that train.
Right. And Trey is saying they keep sending her, I believe, Maine voters. Yeah, I just think that every election there's internal polling where they say, where are we going to allocate our money? Which seats can we flip? And for whatever reason, they think Maine is a flippable seat. They thought that 6 years ago too.
I think that's hope ahead of what we know.
6 years ago, it was Susan Collins won 51% to 42% of the vote. I guess there was some people who voted for a third party or something. It wasn't that close. So
here's one that kind of runs in the vein of that. Somebody just sent me a text about this Asian man who was telling Asian dares black people to boycott Asian businesses. Y'all might have seen the thing on out on Instagram.
Yeah, Trey, I agree. Hopefully it's true. I don't know.
Was that?
Trey said, I hope it's true that this is a flippable seat.
I mean, you hope, but they say it every time. It seems like it should be flippable because she's atrocious. So with her little shaky ass voice and her, I don't know anything, or he looked me in the face, all that kind of bullshit.
And then she just votes with Trump anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you think they keep sending her back. So like, particularly for a state that's supposed to be a blue state, it's a blue state. Well, then why do they keep sending that bitch back?
Yeah, I don't know how blue they are.
If you believe their voting records, they're not. Not when it comes to the Senate seat, they're not. This Asian man, we need to probably wrap up. We'll wrap up on this. This Asian man was saying that the scuttlebutt going around that people are saying that black folks should boycott Asian businesses, Asian-owned businesses. What y'all think? Anybody in the chat, what y'all think? Boycotted businesses, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Some businesses, it is very easy for me to just be like, I'm not fucking with them. I don't eat KFC. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I haven't eaten KFC in a while by choice. I don't eat Chick-fil-A.
You haven't had KFC in Bogota, Colombia.
No, I haven't. Apparently, it's fantastic.
I had Chick-fil-A today. I always had a moment of weakness.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'm driving by. I'm like, all right.
I haven't had Chick-fil-A in years, and I will not give them my money.
You know what is the biggest turnoff for me at Chick-fil-A? I went inside to order, and the guy was like, how's your day been going? I was like, oh, fuck.
Maybe you'll shut the fuck up.
It's worse now. It was good until just this moment. I don't want to have small talk with you, man. just ring me up. I'm gonna go sit in the corner and hunch over and eat my nuggets real quick.
Yes, I don't. It
was that or like a Sonic. There's nothing nearby that was good.
Using my money to oppress gay people. I don't.
But they stopped doing that.
I don't believe them.
Oh well, this Chick-fil-A sauce is good.
I don't believe them. Them I don't fuck with. I stop fucking with Target. I don't fuck with Target. The question would be is, would you stop fucking with Asian stores? I don't go to a lot of them.
But also, the question is,
Chinese spot.
Do you just paint with a broad brush where it's just all Asians are now targeted by an economic?
I think it's easier if you live in the hood. Andy, the staff, stop being friendly.
I mean, I'll just a little side note. I used to live near a Sheetz, in Leesburg.
Yeah.
They opened up a Sheetz. It was like 2 minutes from my apartment. Coming home from gigs late at night, I'd get a hot sandwich. Touch screens. You just go to the touch screen.
Yeah.
Punch in your order. They give you hey, number 17. You go get your order, pay for it. I went in there so much they started getting to know me. And they started talking to me.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I can't come to Sheetz anymore. Like my favorite part of Sheets was the no talking.
The anonymity.
Just go punch in your order. You don't need, no one even takes your order. You just punch it in.
Andy comes pulling in the parking lot. Hey, it's that guy again.
Yeah.
Hey man,
hi,
how you doing?
How you doing tonight? How's it going? Oh fuck. So yeah, it's not even being friendly. I don't want them to be friendly or unfriendly. I want them to just be neutral. And sometimes you just don't want to have a conversation. Small talk, especially. I'm better about it these days. That was 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Now I'll have a little small talk. I'll chit chat with the cashier or whatever. When I was a cashier, I didn't want people chit chat with me either. You know, like asking me how my day is going. And
you were in the wrong job. You were in the wrong job.
Yeah, but that's. I mean,
don't put that client kid on the register today. Put him in the back. That's where he wants to be anyway.
Can I help you? How can I help you? I waited tables at Pizza Hut for 6 months because I had too many tickets on my license.
Yeah.
If you have too many tickets, you have to wait for an old one to fall off before you're eligible to drive. So I got a ticket and I couldn't. And I used to always say, if you want your food quick, if you want your refill, if you want someone right on time with your refills, I'm your guy. But if you want me to hang out, kneel down at your table, have a conversation, bring your kids some crayons, you're going to hate my service, you know? But if you want the food quick as I can get it to you, if you want some extra breadsticks while you're waiting, because I'm going to hook you up because it's taking too long, refills, all that shit, I'm going to be in it. I'm dominating.
TPS has your biography title in the chat right there.
Butters, the unfriendly.
The unfriendly. So what do y'all think? I mean, it seems to be the only way, really. Economic boycotts are really the only weapon that the Black community had that can be wielded effectively. We've shown this repeatedly that it can be wielded effectively.
But I don't understand, like who, like just any Asian person?
I believe so. Yeah, just as a collective.
I don't really like that.
Well, you're not Black.
I'm half Asian. Technically, we've been over this.
I think they're looking at.
We looked at a map earlier.
I think they're looking at, like Chinese, Korean, maybe Japanese too. But I don't know if there's a lot of interaction with Japanese. There's a lot of interaction with Chinese and Korean. I don't know so much about Japanese.
I just think this is ripe for abuse. You know.
Well, of course it is.
It's too vague and too broad to just say boycott an Asian business.
I think it's feeling to me like corner stores, nail salons, Chinese takeout. I think it's feeling to me like that.
Right, but okay, what's the goal of the boycott? Because boycotts have to have a goal, right?
There is no goal. This is just quit fucking with these people.
Okay,
that's the goal. There is no let's get something good. The goal is simply don't fuck with them anymore. That's the goal. Don't give them your money. Don't do nothing. Also, on the heels of it was Asian people who allowed themselves to be weaponized against affirmative action, specifically to harm Black people. And it ended up fucking everybody, by the way, because the largest recipient of affirmative action is white women. They're the largest recipients of affirmative action in schooling and places like that. And then they also benefited from it.
Right. And to me, it's
then their numbers immediately dropped. So
a couple Asian people get roped into a lawsuit. Is that a reflection of all Asian people's feelings on affirmative action?
I can only tell you that in every interaction I've had with large groups of Asian people, they don't like us. That's all I can tell you. Now, that's anecdotal, but everybody Black I know pretty much has the same story. And if you talk to Asian people candidly, they will tell you that they're told not to like us. Their parents don't. We're criminals. We're the bottom. We're the bottom of the barrel. So we are not to be trusted. We are not to be liked. That's the story. No different than any other group looks towards Black people in this country. Any other incoming group coming into this country looks towards Black people, including other African nations and Caribbean nations coming here. Now, I think if anybody in the chat, if you want to tell me that I'm wrong about that, go ahead. Let me hear it.
Well, Zariel just said, I think I'm more along this line. Only if the boycott's specific stores run by racists.
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with that.
That's why I said you can paint with a broad brush and include people who basically are allies. I mean, you can include any number of
Having
people.
said that, it doesn't seem like we have many allies within that particular group. It doesn't seem like it. You're always going to find some, but if we're being honest, we don't have a huge amount of allies within any group. If we're being honest about a group. Say TPS, I ain't got time to sort them all out, who is or isn't racist. When the whole group has this documented history. I mean, they love to tell us, and I say they, and when I'm using the royal they, like the royal we. Love to tell us that we don't work as hard as they do, or they come here and they work harder than us, and we just need to get our shit together. They love to mock us and extol us to you guys just need to be better. And they do the same shit. They do the same shit. So does the Indian population. Speaking of another Asian population.
Yeah, I mean, like I just, for me, it's always like you don't want to become what you despise. You want to try to be fair and things like when I said earlier, this is ripe for abuse. What I'm saying is people can be unfair about this stuff too, and people need to maybe check themselves on that stuff and make sure their motives are the right ones. But, we all know people.
Well, it's kind of hard when every group aligns themselves against you. Every group thinks less of you. Every group, including some within your own group, think less of you. Because every group in this country does think less, because we are at the bottom of the hierarchy, purposely. Even though every group wants to be like us, including Jackson Dart, who aligns himself with President Trump, but gets up there and tries to copy all the swagger he possibly can from black athletes.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Goldberg Bull.
You want to be like us. You want to take everything from us, but
I'm just not going to open a store. I'm never going to open a store.
Yeah.
Never going to open a store because, it's a minefield out there.
Interestingly, that you don't hear this a lot in a place where there are a lot of black people. Let's say who's got the lock on bodegas in
I don't know if there's any one group that has bodegas locked down.
South Asians? Yeah. You don't really hear
Middle Eastern people run bodegas.
Shittiness coming out of there. But you do hear, as far as like Asians in Chinatown don't fuck with black people. I don't know about the other group out in Queens.
Who's that? Out in Queens?
There's a large Asian contingent out in Queens. Kind of down by Williamsburg. Getting off the 7. You take the 7 in. You know where the 7? Remember where the 7 runs through Queens?
I rarely took the 7, but I would take it into Manhattan. I wouldn't take it deep into Queens.
Well, I would just take it. I would take it from Manhattan, coming back from Manhattan. We would go to pick up the check. I go to pick up my check from CTI. I would take that one back and then change to the end.
Yeah.
Right as it came into Queens. So that area right there was very Asian. That stop where you get off.
Yeah.
Big turn.
Yeah.
And then you get off kind of right there. I remember when one time my parents came, we put them up in a hotel over there. My dad was like, "Oh, we're in Chinatown?" I was like, "This ain't Chinatown, Pop. Chinatown's in Manhattan.
That's Little Chinatown."
No. He was like, "No." I was like, "No, this isn't Chinatown."
It's the Queens version.
Like, "Oh, I had some fried rice from around the corner. It was great." I was like, "I don't doubt that it was, but this ain't Chinatown."
We're boycotting that store. Stop going there.
My dad loves fried rice.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it has to be more focused boycott. That's all. It's and with a goal in mind too.
Well, I don't know. What would the goal be? Act right?
Well, I mean, but that's the thing.
Don't chase a young black man 130 yards and shoot him in the back.
A collective punishment then. So it becomes collective punishment, right? So that's where it's like, I wouldn't want that done to me or people like me. I kind of feel.
Yeah, but they're already doing it to us.
Right. So, but
collectively, everybody does it to us collectively.
I get that. I'm just saying that does that mean you engage in the same back? Does it turn you into what you don't want to be?
Would it be bad to blame us for that?
I'm not blaming anyone. If you're going anecdotal, I'm going anecdotal. It's just how I feel, and I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. That's my point. If I say I wouldn't open a store then, because that's anecdotally, I wouldn't want to deal with people making assumptions about me, and if someone who's like me does something, I get punished for that. It all becomes like this. Just one person feels this way, and one person feels that way, and it's anecdotal, and it can. That's where I say it can get out of control. That's why I would like to see more focus, but I don't know how you focus it. I don't know, what is it, case by case, store by store? I don't know. Is it even something that makes sense to just in general boycott Asian businesses? I don't know. I know people are trying to figure that out, but I don't think I have an answer for that.
I don't have an answer either. That's why I asked the question. And I think that's why the question has been talked about.
The TPS said you've never been in an elder's house and all the kids get in trouble over one kid's behavior. Yes. And I say, that's not fair. I don't say, I'm going to do that when I get a chance. You know what I mean? That's where I'm coming from with it. Yeah. So
I agree with TPS and the being black in these spaces. Being black in those spaces sucks. It sucks so bad because there's nothing you can do. And by the way, people don't believe you. They don't believe you when you say that, or they tell you that, well, you must have done something, or, well, if other black people wouldn't do it, then you're supposed to just accept the fact that, well, somebody black did something to them, so you should be understanding. You're just supposed to accept that fact. As if that's a fact that I'm just supposed to know. This is what you say. Everybody go to bed.
TPS said it is fair because it forces the other kids.
I've heard that once or twice. You ever have to go to bed at 2:30 in the afternoon as a group?
2:30 in the afternoon. Streetlights aren't even on.
All y'all go to bed.
I was a good kid. I never had to go to bed at 2:30 in the afternoon. I never got in trouble.
Oh, y'all lay down. And you better not be in here playing. I agree with Zariel, but I don't know what the boycott would need to have clear goals in mind. I don't know what the goals would be other than don't fuck with them. Just don't stop fucking with them. That would be the goal. Just stop fucking with them. Because there is no ask. That there's no ask other than just, we're not fucking with these people no more. And that would be the only thing. It's not like Target where you could ask for specific things, although I don't know what the fuck Jamal Bryant was asking for, but there were specific things you could ask.
Yeah, he had a checklist. There was a couple things that he got none. A couple things still working on. It was like we're not there yet on a certain couple things.
With the Papa John's boycott, there were specific things like, they got him out the paint, didn't they?
Yeah, John. I had a bit about that. He's just John now.
Yeah, got him out the paint.
They took away his whole company. He showed up on Fox News.
Yeah. He just embraced what he is. And I mean, you knew he was a piece of shit when he said he didn't want to provide health care for his employees. Like, I'll have to put the price onto my consumers. You mean the extra dime? I'll pay it. I'll pay it. It's going to cost you more. Yeah, well, a nerd crunched the numbers for us. Thank God for them, for the nerds out there. Crunch the numbers. It's a dime, fam.
If you believe the nerd, how do you know?
I believe number crunching nerds. I'm sorry.
He might be a fake nerd.
I'm going to believe him every day.
He might be a fraudulent nerd.
And I am on record as saying, I don't give a fuck if it's $1 or $10. If it means that the guy behind the counter doesn't have fucking boils on his face while he's making my pizza, yeah, I'll pay it. Need you back in the back coughing on my shit? I don't need that.
Oh, self-interest. See, it's...
You're goddamn right. I'll fucking pay it. Pizza is a frill. Okay?
Make your own. Just go buy some ingredients.
It's not a staple.
Make your own pizza. Better ingredients.
The only pizza that is a staple that could possibly be thought of as a staple is a 7-Eleven pizza. And if it's a staple, you know where you are in your life. And you got to get that 7-Eleven pizza.
Yeah, when they first started selling pizza, I was excited about that. Like a little slice at 7-Eleven. Every now and then you get a fresh one, but a lot of the time it's just like cardboard. It's been sitting there for 7-8 hours.
Anissa in the chat is saying she's tired of being a better person. And people still get messed over. Well, try to remember the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice.
Well, yeah, or just, it's you don't want to be turned into something that you don't want to be. That's all. I think there are a lot of people.
To say.
Well, broadly speaking, not even just about this issue. I think there are a lot of people who are looking for permission to be bad to other people, and that happens a lot. And it's not my sense of fairness, which is extreme. It's to the extreme. If you listen to this podcast, I'm always looking for like, well, wait a minute, hold on. Like that's just who I am. It's just ingrained in me. It's not conditional. It's just the way I am. On a case by case basis, or broadly speaking, I'm always thinking about wait, is it fair? Who is it unfair to? Is it this or that? And I'm always thinking that way, to a fault sometimes, by my own admission, but that's where I come from. But I do think I'm not talking about this issue, but I do think there are a lot of people who are sort of looking for reasons to be shitty to other people. I kind of pick up on that. I'm not talking about this situation though. I'm just talking about it in general.
Don't believe that is in the nature of black people. The nature of black people in this country, I don't believe that is within them as a group. I don't believe that.
Right. I'm not.
Black people in this country have never shown an inclination to once they get into power to be shitty towards other groups. They've never shown an inclination to do that. If anything, black people have gone the other way, sometimes to a fault.
Right.
In my opinion.
TPS,
I agree with TPS. We're reacting to them.
Right.
At some point, you react to them. And again, still in all, reacting to them, I don't think as a group we've ever gone as low as any other group towards us.
Right. I mean,
never. I'm just never seen that.
Yeah. Organized boycott is different than I'm just not going to fuck with them. That's a different thing to me. Organized boycott is like, there's a goal. We have this in mind. We want to accomplish this. That's different. And that's what I'm like, okay, so then was it any Asian business? Is it a dry cleaner too? Is it this person? Is it that person? Is it this nationality or that nationality? Is it all the above? That's where I'm like, it can get a little out of hand going that way.
I don't know. I'm like, if you don't want to give somebody your money, then don't give them your money.
Right.
That's why I like it. Don't give them your money. If you don't want to give it to them, don't give it to them.
I'm not saying anyone has to go spend money in an Asian-owned store.
He's like, I'm not giving my money there anymore.
Right.
Just because I don't know how I'm going to be treated when I walk through the door. Black people don't have an expectation of being treated right when you walk through a door. We just don't. We want to be treated right. We don't have the expectation of being treated right. Every other group does, pretty much, except maybe for Hispanics, maybe. But even then, they don't think the way we think about it. The expectations going through the door are not positive. You know. So I don't. If you don't want to spend your money there, don't spend your money there. But I know what I know. The way we are treated as a community by these other communities. I know what I know through that. And that informs it, that can in fact inform our actions towards these other communities. And then as Ashley in the chat is saying, hypervigilance, you become hypervigilant. You have to. As a survival mechanism, you better. Even though it takes years off our lives because of weathering. TPS said, she just threw a water ball in the trash like a basketball. Please clap.
Did you yell Kobe? You're supposed to yell Kobe when you do that.
Yeah.
Only if it goes in. If it bounces around.
Hit us with some emails and let us know what you think about the boycotting thing. Hit us with some emails. Let us know. No game tonight. When's the next game?
Tomorrow.
Speaking of basketball, it's tomorrow?
Yes.
Try to be home. Got
game 3, which I think is Monday, is the one that
they're gonna
Trump will attend.
They're going to drag this shit into fucking...
It's every 2 or 3 days. Trump's going to attend game 3. Christ. And sorry, Knicks, but...
Obama needs to go to game 4.
Everything he touches...
Yeah, that's the one y'all going to lose.
Trump said he's a Knicks fan. You don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't want him in there.
He's going to want to go in the locker room.
He's going to want to go where the cheerleaders hang out.
Yeah.
Their locker room. The dancing team or whatever. Do they have those anymore? The dance team?
Oh, yeah, they got a team.
I mean, the Lakers
Obama needs to go to game 4.
In New York?
I would fucking love that. He just showed up. At first, I thought go to the same game. No. Go to the next game. Go to the very next game that he goes to. And then stun on him and go to San Antonio for the next game.
I mean, the Knicks might be up 2-0 going into the first home game. Because
he's not going to sit. Yeah, that's going to be the one.
And then they're going to lose 4 straight because Trump killed their spirit.
He's not gonna sit down in the crowd. Obama should go and just sit in the crowd, sit next to Spike Lee.
Oh, just eating popcorn.
Yeah.
On the Jumbotron.
Yeah. Oh my God, that place would erupt if Barack Obama came in there and just sat down. Came in the second quarter, just sat down.
And then James Dolan gives him the Charles Oakley band for life.
Yeah.
You're not welcome here.
You should come in with Charles. Oakley Obama should show up with Oakley and just ask him if you really going to keep him out.
Wasn't someone trying to broker like peace between them?
Yeah, Jordan.
Michael Jordan was trying to get Dolan and Oakley to squash their beef.
To squash it, yeah.
And was it both sides?
I think Oakley went to San Antonio, but again, he went for at least a couple
Oakley
of road
wants
games.
to go to the Knicks games. It's Dolan that's never going to.
Right. He's a Knick.
But if he's got a beef with Dolan, he might say, "I'm never going in there again." But he wants to go.
Yeah,
Dolan is the one saying,
Oakley's a hard man, so I could see him being like, "Hey man, fuck that," But Jordan tried.
Well, Adam Silver tried too.
I guess TPS did say a Kobe. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. That's why Obama should go and just ghost. Obama should go take Oakley with him and just ghost Dolan. And Obama should take Oakley and just dare him to say that Obama can't take Oakley into the stadium with him.
Right. Adam Silver says both he and Michael Jordan tried their best to broker peace between Charles Oakley and James Dolan, but neither was successful. Oakley has been at Knicks road games during the playoff run, but has not been at the Garden. It's Rachel Nichols reporting.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Obama could be the one to make this happen.
James Dolan's not an Obama fan, though.
That's the thing. Can you really going to try and tell an ex-president, no? You going to do
that? They love to say no to Obama. They live for that shit.
Whole team erupted you? Okay.
Dolan claimed Oakley was verbally abusive. Oakley denied it. They had 2017, they had a beef. Like they got into some kind of
Here's what I would ask Dolan
at a game.
So Oakley was verbally abusive to you? What'd you do? What'd you do? You say something? What'd you say? You didn't say nothing? You didn't say nothing. You didn't. He just decided to be verbally abusive to the owner of the Knicks? What'd you do?
Dolan he's like a petty guy. That's known, right? He holds grudges forever.
Yeah. He's insane too. So on top of being petty.
Yeah. So that's the issue. Dolan's the issue. He's not budging on this.
Yeah, that's why I would ask him. Oh, he just decided to raise his voice. What'd you do? I didn't do nothing. No? You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing.
I didn't realize there's all this going on. Instead of trying to calm things down, Dolan escalated the situation. He later suggested Oakley had an alcohol problem. Oakley fired back with a defamation lawsuit. He sued James Dolan. I didn't know that. What happened to the suit?
Dolan probably settled.
He might have gotten dropped. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, okay, there's more than just that one altercation. It escalated. Dolan was like, that guy, he drinks too much. And then Oakley said.
Nobody's ever said, I never heard that about Charles Oakley. You heard a lot of shit about Oakley, but not he drinks too much. Right.
So, I don't know if that was years ago. I guess that lawsuit is over now.
Yeah.
Manhattan federal judge dismissed the lawsuit in February 2020. So it didn't go anywhere ultimately. The judge said Oakley failed to allege a plausible legal claim that met federal pleading standards. Because you got to prove that you were your reputation was harmed by it, I guess.
Right.
It's hard to do that when you're a celebrity.
Right. Oh, well. Well, let's see.
Well, sorry, Knicks.
Y'all got, but your fucking president's going to be there. Interesting comment for you in the chat, Andy. Thank you guys for coming in, y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Like I said, I'm this way maybe to a fault, but this is just how I'm wired. So, I mean, LeBron caught a lot of heat for talking about Memphis. I was like, hey, that might be unfair to LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be knives out for LeBron. Like, I'm
Mike, we
that
are
guy
wrapping up. No.
All the time.
We're wrapping up. No.
So whether you like it or not, that's who I am. Mike B's in the car. We were literally wrapping it up.
We're wrapping up.
We can't even see you anyway. It's dark.
It's dark in the car. Can't see you.
Hey guys. I know y'all was wrapping up. I just wanted to say I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
And Nixon 5.
Oh, Nixon 5. Okay.
Nixon 5. That's all I got for y'all.
All right,
my man Charles Oakley.
Jump on to Charles Oakley. Oh, free Oakley.
free Oakley.
Jump on Saturday.
I got you.
All right. Love you, man.
Love you too.
All right. He almost derailed it.
said let Mike live. No.
He almost derailed it.
Almost. Almost. Listen, we'll see y'all Saturday. We'll see y'all Saturday afternoon. Thanks so much for coming. Exactly, Occupy. Exactly. Thank y'all so much for coming in. We appreciate y'all as always. Oh, I didn't tell my Jay-Z story. I read an article about it. I'll talk about it.
About his hair
thing Saturday. Yeah, I read an article about it today. Yeah, we'll come back on Saturday. And thanks, guys, so much for coming in with us. We appreciate y'all as always. Listen, if you're watching us on YouTube, come on behind the paywall for Saturdays. For the Saturday recording, we record 2 episodes on Saturdays, Monday and Wednesday, and we record another live episode Wednesday night. So just get behind the paywall with us.
Yeah, patreon.com/3guys on.
All kinds of guests. That was Mike Brown who jumped in. Old Mike B, comedian and a longtime friend. Longtime podcast derailer. You come behind the paywall, you'll understand why.
Driving over from a gig, probably.
Understand why. Yeah, he's driving over from a gig now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much. We appreciate y'all as always for coming in with us. Be sure to hit us with some emails. Let us know what's going on with you. I'm Randolph Terrence.
I'm Andy Klein.
Hey, and this has been 3 Guys On. And you guys were the third guy tonight. So thank you for coming in. And we are out.
You're a Nazi.